Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Matt 10. So this episode is actually going to be focused on FIFA. It's not really an episode, it's more so obviously just some general thoughts on the most recent update that just came out on FIFA. I mean, you guys can see here just as the video is playing, it's really chaotic. I'm just seeing some terrible overall defending, positioning. This is on default, by the way, so have to address that first. I already tried it with those current sliders that you guys know of, and it's just not working. And so I'm trying to go to default, just trying to get some clarity and figure this all out. You can tell already how open it is and how easy it is to move the ball around. I can just go side to side here, and the computer just basically lets me in very easily. I can just move the ball around, dribble, find a pass. It's not the best pass right there, but you know, a lot of runs off the ball. They're just kind of going forward runs. See, like runs like that, easy to pass right to them again, in the middle, open. No resistance, basically, right? There's zero resistance from the computer, zero focus on trying to be aware of players without the ball. And then the main thing is they play this route one football in the sense of making these drilled passes, these ridiculously laser guided passes. I know this has been the case, since the beginning, and it seeped in on FIFA 16 when they talked about driven or drilled pass. Whoever decided to make drilled pass a feature in FIFA is just I'm sorry, for lack of a better word, an idiot. I don't know who decided to make that change, to include that feature. It's so typical of EA to make common, fundamental soccer, football, if you will, features, or make those common fundamentals into features, right? They make them into, like, dribbling. Oh, it's called close control. Or, passing is an advanced way of using drilled passing, and it's really hurt the genre. It's hurt the series. It's things like the most recent update that really just kind of solidify that. I always get in arguments with guys, as much as we're on Operation Sports and we're all, the focus is, we focus on realism, right? And so, of course, we get in heated debates because we all have our different perceptions. But I get into a lot of arguments with guys that always want to, give the developers a pat on the back on what they understand to be a solid representation. The problem is, these are the same developers who make these decisions, who make decisions such as drilled passing, right? And then to create the ease of, look how easy it is for me just to glide through into the computer's defense. I mean, it's super easy, and there's zero resistance. And then on top of that, you see all the defending that is just completely out of the fundamentals. They're not defending. They're not defending with a purpose. They're defending spaces. But then as soon as somebody goes into their realm of space, they go in and they kind of just shift, and they glide over out of position. And then you see these drilled passes by the computer as their only means of attack. They make these passes that are like take 0.5 seconds to reach a target, and they're so driven, but yet the computer can control it so perfectly. Look here, I go completely over the top. It's a good ball, mind you, I'm fine with it, but look at the outside left back. He's starting to backpedal as I've already made it past him, and because he's trying to go get the runner away from, who's clear across the other side of the field. And look what happens. Really simple. Like I said, they're defending just, I don't know. I'm kind of lost for words because I'm so frustrated by how this game is turning out. Because we started off on such a good foot, at the beginning, of course, but this is just very, very, very typical EA to put too many patches, add on too many updates. They've done this. I don't know why we keep trying to give them a chance, but FIFA 14 did it. FIFA 14 actually ended it better, but FIFA 15 was one of the worst. And then FIFA 16 thankfully figured that out with the lower marking value. But then here in FIFA 17, a great engine, but just a terrible implementation of the most recent updates that are really creating some of the big time issues. And sliders may be able to help it. We've been looking at custom team tactics too, but you know, from a global scale, we have to look at sliders, because team tactics just introduced so many different variables that we can't just apply that to everybody. You can't say, hey guys, the only fix is custom team tactics. If you don't use custom team tactics, you're going to be screwed. We can't do that, because, you know, the last slider video was almost at 5,000 views. If we have 5,000 people watching the video, can't tell them to go into their, you know, custom team tactics and change it for the computer, etc., if they don't have that option. What we do have an option is to use sliders, and that's why we have that option to use it. And so that's the focus that's going to be on this channel, and go from there. I'm not going to include these variables of using custom team tactics, especially now because of how bad this update is. It's really started to frustrate me. You guys probably saw it if you're subscribed to the channel, if you saw the most recent episode of my manager mode. I mean, it was just felt like charity. Look at this, it's 2-0 already, and they're making just these decisions where, I don't know, they don't have any destination of what they're going to do, okay? And it's really just, I don't know, it feels like charity. And look at this, I can just kind of turn around, do a little circle, and turn them. And then if you see the way they're defending on the other sides, you can see the same animation all the way across the board. And see, this is actually a decent defense by the computer. I was looking at the outside mid there the whole time. But then look, right through the middle, how much of a gap that is. I can just hit a really, that wasn't even a driven ball, that's a manual through pass. And I'm able to turn on top of that. So what happened to that physicality at the top of the box that they featured at the beginning? This is another thing with FIFA or EA in general, is they talk about all these features at the beginning, you know, before the game's out and everything, and then they basically just cater to the online crowd, and they're like, okay, well, let's remove that. And, you know, and just because nobody really cared anyways, right? Like, I remember in FIFA 16, they were talking about how the interceptions were going to be better, how the defensive attitude was going to be better. The interceptions only applied if you had increased the aggression on the interception rate. You know, that's a custom team tactic, and that's, you know, and that doesn't even apply anymore. Here, you don't see that feature. And where's the physicality at the top of the box now? Now you can just kind of turn in a circle, both the computer and the user, and then that kind of makes the whoever's attacking the player to just kind of rebound off of, you know, their axis. It's just completely moved off. Like, it's like a judo move, right, where you just kind of move them out of the way, and that's exactly what it looks like. And here as well, the defender's starting to back off again. It's really coming back to that, and I really hate to see that. And you guys know me, I don't complain often. I can talk also, but I don't complain often. You guys know that, and I'm always positive, and I'm still going to be positive, but I just need to get some things out, because I've been sick, I've had the flu, and so I've been looking at videos, and I've been, you know, slowly getting back into it, and I'm just really frustrated with where EA's mind was at again. I feel like they've catered again to the crowd that makes them big money, and we know that is an uphill battle. As a realism buff, you're gonna run into no matter what. I get that, but there's some things. How is this gonna help, right? How does this help anybody other than the online group, I guess? I don't know what kind of game they're asking for. I don't subscribe to anybody who plays Ultimate Team or anything like that. If they do, I don't watch that part of their video. I feel like that's a centennial match the whole time. Why would you play it? But either way, I understand where the money's at. I get that. I just wish they wouldn't mess with some of these things that we have figured out, because you can see just an absolute ridiculous approach to the game. It's very much just zero resistance, and it's just wide open, and it's basically facing the goal. No defensive third whatsoever. The defensive third is basically a dribble into, you know, right before you get into the box. There's no resistance, and that's really the big thing, and it feels all like charity. And you see right there, I scored my third goal, another header, but just the defending is just the worst, and I've never really seen it this bad before. And in the years past, we always know FIFA has a little scripting where the computer will come back for you. This time around, it looks like it's all for the power of the user. So it's really sad, but I hope we can fix it, guys. You know, we'll be working on this here at Operation Sports. We're going to go crazy at it. We're going to test it. We're probably going to butt heads as we always do, but we'll always come down to finding a solution, guys. But I want to thank you for watching this little rant. Sorry it's not edited great. I just want to get it out there. I hope you guys can have your input. Let me know what you think that needs to be looked at ASAP and where we can focus our attention. But I want to thank you guys, as always, for subscribing to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, take care and stay tuned. Here, it just felt really strange that nobody was coming after Taylor. I'll tell you guys, we're working on some FIFA 17 updates on the sliders because there's some really weird defending going on.